Okay, when I was younger, I read a book, What to Listen For in Music by Aaron Copland. And it is not just a book on how to listen to music, but when you're a classical music lover, or even if you're not, but you come across the music of Beethoven or Mozart, you may tend to get lost. You may tend to be confused. You may tend to feel like you're out of water. And so, what Aaron Copland does in his book is he doesn't just teach you, but he trains you with specific exercises on how to listen to classical music in a more knowledgeable way. And in that knowledgeable listening, enjoyment will be enhanced. And of course, we want our enjoyment to be enhanced.
Yes.
So we're not going to offer you any class. We're not going to offer you any lectures. We're going to offer you a tutorial on how to listen to music and enhance your enjoyment of it. So stay tuned. Okay, today's episode, What to Listen For in Music. We're going to explore the introduction written by William Schumann, who's a composer, 20th century composer. And he says, the more you know about the subject of music, the greater will be your joy in listening to it. The first prerequisite for listening to music, to pay attention, and to give the music your concentrated effort as an active listener. Now, at first it may sound insulting. Pay attention. Don't insult me like that. But the reality is that we are bombarded with so much music as a 21st century human that we screen out a lot of music, that we deliberately don't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
You know, you're at a restaurant and you're talking to someone, you screen out the music so you can listen. You're watching a film, you screen out the music so you can pay attention to the dialogue.
You play a video game, and speaking from my own experience, I turn the music all the way down.
Right, yeah. And so it's not contradictory or off the wall advice.
Right.
It's, okay, let's really develop the skill to pay attention.
And also, just on the subject of classical music, there are so many pieces that are happening all at once. It's hard to pay attention to the entirety of the piece.
Right.
And many times I find myself focusing in on one section of the orchestra. And so really, I mean, if you try to pay attention fully to a piece of classical music, it's going to take some practice.
And in addition, there are times when it gets peaceful and I'll just start zoning out.
Right.
Because I want to bask in the tranquility and the mental tranquility that it's providing,
right,
instead of paying attention to it.
Right. And, you know, even classical musicians are trained, now they're trained for listening to notes and understanding what that note is. I think it's called ear training or note training or something like that. So they are even in of themselves training on a minute scale to listen to things.
Right, right.
So that's the complexity. I mean, it's not to boil it down to too much, but that's the complexity of what it really takes to hear a piece of music, and not just classical music, but any piece of music.
True, any piece of music. This will apply to any piece of music. So, just like practicing any new skill, you start off easy and you work your way to harder.
Right.
So we'll start off easy.
Okay.
I got a piece that's less than a minute.
Alrighty.
Let's give it our full attention. You give it your full attention.
We recommend earphones.
Yes. Okay, so just one observation. I noticed that I turned my ear one particular ear, my right ear, to face the music.
Mm.
Did you turn?
I was sort of, yeah. I think because I was facing in one direction.
Uh-huh.
I think my right ear was facing in the direction of the speaker. So
It's interesting. I wonder if that'll happen all the time or not. And second thing, did you pay attention to the full 50 seconds?
oh yeah, I had my eyes closed, so
Yeah,
that I was
okay.
shutting off one of the senses, the primary sense, if
Right,
you will,
right.
and trying to focus really wholesale on my
Uh-huh.
ears.
Right, right. I had my eyes open and I was successful, and I kept my attention throughout the whole way. How did you do? Did you keep your attention the whole way? I'm sure you did. And that's it for today. We'll keep practicing and we'll see you again next time.